Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany, gave a speech in the wake of the terrorist attacks that have ravaged Germany this last week. In her speech, Merkel described these attacks as horrifying and depressing, and rightly so. She went on to say that, quote, "The terrorists want to make us lose sight of what is important to us, break down our cohesion and sense of community, as well as inhibiting our way of life, our openness and our willingness to take in people who are in need. They see hatred and fear between cultures, and they see hatred and fear between religions. We stand decisively against that." She did also add that Germany would, quote, "stick to our principles and give shelter to those who deserve it." This is perplexing to me, as I do not understand how bringing in more of these people is going to make things any better. On the contrary, it is likely that these attacks will carry on with the same frequency, or perhaps even increase in number, if we continue to import Islam into Europe. I urge you to go watch Ben Shapiro's video on the quote-unquote tiny radical minority of Islam. In it, Mr. Shapiro debunks the myth that Islam is a religion of peace, and that its adherents do not hold extreme views. Of course, the left denies all of this and claims that Islam represents peace and that its followers are progressive people. In order to further demonstrate to the left that this claim is wrong, perhaps we should look at some of the things written down in the Quran. Quran 2:191-193. "And kill them wherever you find them, and turn them out from where they have turned you out. And al-fitna is worse than killing. But if they desist, then lo, Allah is forgiving and merciful. And fight them until there is no more fitna, and worship is for Allah alone. But if they cease, let there be no transgression except against us, Sulaiman." In this passage, we can see a deep hostility towards other religions. It says that a lack of belief in Allah is worse than killing, and therefore, the killing of any non-Muslim is justified. That is, if they do not desist and start worshipping Allah. It really is a matter of convert or die. It also says that the adherents of Islam must fight disbelief in Allah, as well as the worship of other gods, until it has been completely eradicated. There is no room for other religions in Islam. Quran 8:12. "I will cast terror into the hearts of those who disbelieve. Therefore strike off their heads and strike off every fingertip of them." Quran 8:65. "O Prophet, exhort the believers to fight." Quran 9:123. "O you who believe, fight those of the unbelievers who are near to you and let them find in you hardness." Islam instructs its followers to fight in the name of Allah, to wipe other religions off the planet. This is what Islam represents: dominance, conquest, war. It certainly is not a religion of peace. So why do we invite an ideology that despises us so? Is this the result of white guilt, or is the media and our politicians actually this foolish? We cannot know for certain why, but we can speak up against this demographical and cultural suicide. We can try to enact change. We all have a voice,